This is the only school for blind people, blind children. We have 14 students at present. We have 3 of them who are just legally blind. The others are totally blind. We have children who are also challenged in terms of learning disabilities. About 3 of them are borderline autistic, and the fact that we have individualized teaching, it helps because they get more attention. And so, yes, I see a great future for them.
Hi, my name is LeBron. I was just doing some math. I was just doing a math lesson.
With different denominators.
There are 6 keys on the Braille machine, and each key combination of those 6 keys represents a Braille dot.
I hope that one day soon that we'll be looked at as normal, all the other normal schools, and we'll get the same priority as they do. All children deserve an education. All children deserve to get the best.
Wow, what a beautiful video of hope for the children who are provided an opportunity to go to school at the Salvation Army Erin Gilmour School for the Blind. Without this school, many of the children would not receive a formal education and would not receive the attention of personalized education that the school can give them. Seeing them learn how to mix fruit salad or learning how to make a bed or use a washing machine and iron, they may not receive this instruction at home. All of these basic skills are much more difficult to do with a disability or visual impairment. This school gives these children unique opportunities to learn, to feel a sense of belonging and community that is so important for them at their age. In Canada, we can never take for granted the education that many of us have received. About 10 years ago, I went to a restaurant with my best friend for dinner. It was considered a unique dining experience because it was going to be completely in the dark. It was called Au Noir. It's a restaurant with a serving team of visually impaired people. Au Noir provided them a place so that they can work, feel included, be successful with a visual impairment disability. We were led into a room holding each other's shoulders in a line to our seats. There were 3 or 4 other tables in the room that we discovered by engaging in conversations with them by trying to count off the number of people in the room. It was the first time I've ever experienced complete darkness or the feeling of what being blind would be like. We felt around the table for our glasses, for our cutlery that we didn't even end up using, and that we just used our hands to feed ourselves. I remember leaving that dinner with a totally different perspective and appreciation for my sight, something I should never take for granted. That's something we're talking a lot about these days in isolation. All the things we take for granted in our lives. Our freedom to go places, freedom to travel, to go to the store without waiting in a line. We're experiencing a new reality, and we have more time now than ever to think about the blessings that God has given us and the things He's given us that we often take for granted. It's also a time of increased anxiety and uncertainty. One of the exercises I recommend that you do that uses the senses that God has granted us is to stop where you are and look for 5 things that you see. Then close your eyes and keep them closed as you find 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you feel with your hands around you, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing that you taste or feel in your mouth. Then pray and thank God for the things that you saw, heard, felt, smelled, and tasted around you. We have more time now in our days to pray. We're not running from work or school to activities at the core, to the gym, or whatever else we had in our social calendars. We have time to think about the Erin Gilmour Salvation Army School for the Blind in the Bahamas. We have time to think about what their new reality may look like not being able to go to school. That they may not have Braille machines at their home to keep busy with. That they may not have online learning like our children have in Canada right now. At this time, although it can feel extremely difficult and impossible, we must praise. We must praise the Army's work in the Bahamas and around the world, the work that we're doing right now to help those in need as a result of COVID-19. One of my favorite songs right now that I'm clinging to is called Purple, sung by the Toronto Mass Choir. It says in the lyrics, "Just praise through your struggles and through your pain. Just praise through the storm and through the rain. Beyond every dark cloud, beyond all fear and doubt, there's a blessing, a promise awaiting in your praise." So let's praise. Let's thank God for everything. Let's thank Him for the things that we take for granted that He's blessed us with, for the Erin Gilmour School for the Blind, for the work of the Salvation Army in the Bahamas. Let's pray that we keep strong as we continue to give support to this school and the Lord's work around the world through the Salvation Army.